Hi everybody, my name is Coleman. I am the Creative Ambassador for Cloud9 UK, and today I'm going to be talking to you all about the Premium Original Iron. Check it out. So the Premium Iron comes in this incredible, gorgeous leather case, which is amazing. It's embossed with the Cloud9, it has all the rose gold details, which is absolutely amazing. It's pure luxury, absolute luxury. And even inside, it's like almost suede, it's beautiful, it's so nice. And obviously the Cloud9 in rose gold inside just tops it all off. It looks amazing. Now the irons themselves, now they are different from the regular ordinary iron. So a few of the features are they come with this fiberglass casing. So if you are ever on the travel or anything like that, and you're in a rush and you need to pop your irons in your bag and you need to go, by putting the fiberglass casing over the top, you kind of protect everything else in your bag from getting burnt or from getting kind of damaged from the heat from the iron as well, which is amazing. So a few of the features. So we have a swivel wire. Now a swivel wire basically means that it'll never come loose at the wire. If you look at that there, I keep on going and going and going and going. So it means that you can kind of constantly kind of work with it wherever you are, kind of move it around, up, down, left, right, swing it round, doesn't matter. The cord isn't coming out because it's a swivel cord, so it'll never loosen because it's constantly protected by the swivel feature there. So it has the brilliant Cloud9 heat monitor, sorry, the heat, so you can choose your own heat basically. So you have between 100 to 200 degrees, which you can see just in there. Perfect, and you can see my eyes peeking through too. Yeah, so you have the heat gauge just in there, so you can decide to put it on 100, 125, 150, 175 or 200 degrees. Now generally, if you have fine hair, you're going to use a lower heat. If you have very thick hair, you're going to use a higher heat. If I'm being really honest with you, you don't need the 200 degrees. 175 degrees is the maximum amount of heat that you should be using in your hair anyway. So unless you have extremely resistant thick hair, then 175, between 150 to 175 is perfect. It also has a revive mode. Now it's quite bizarre that when I first got these, I had no idea what the revive mode was. I had no idea at all. But the revive mode, which is this little button just in here, that basically allows you to, when you press it, the plates vibrate. So your hair has less time with the plates on them, which is amazing because it almost still straightens your hair amazingly well, but because the plates vibrate, it means that you're not getting as much heat. The plates vibrate, it basically means that your hair is not getting as much treatment with the heat as opposed to any other regular iron. Which is obviously, it's a premium product and it comes with a premium feature, which I think is amazing. So the plates are still coated in minerals, which basically means that when the minerals are heated up and you're pressing that on top of your hair, it means that your hair is getting a little bit of extra goodness. I mean, we all have a bit of extra goodness. So what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna be using these on my model Valencia today. And we're going to be taking her hair from quite wild and quite big and fuzzy, and we're going to give her a really nice defined wave and finish it off with some really cool texture and some really cool accessories. So stay tuned, I won't be long. Bye for now. So this is my model Valencia. So Valencia's curls have been brushed out, so her hair is quite large and in charge, funky and chunky, looking good. I actually kind of love it like this. However, just to show you the effects of how amazing these straighteners are, we're just going to kind of smooth out Valencia's hair using the irons, which I think will be really cool. So we are going to be using the premium iron from Cloud9, and first of all we're going to take a really small section around the ear, and what we're going to do is we're just going to create some really loose waves. Now, because Valencia's hair is naturally curly, I'm hoping that it'll hold a wave quite well, but we will see, Only time will tell. Okay, so what I'm first of all going to do is, because Valencia's hair is a little bit curly, I'm gonna click on the revive mode, which is on here, and hopefully you'll be able to hear them vibrating. So the vibrations there are basically the irons or the plates vibrating, and that basically reduces the amount of tension that you put onto the hair when using your irons, which is an incredible feature, and it's quite an unusual feature, but I think it's perfect. I think it's brilliant. I think it's so innovative. And just in case you're wondering, that's quite a big word for me, so I do expect some applause. Amazing. So I think what we really want to do here is make sure that Valencia's ends are smooth too. So we're going to smooth over Valencia's ends before we take the iron right way through. Now what I'm doing is I'm using the iron and I'm pulling the hair down, not out. And this is just going to give us a bit more of a looser wave rather than a tight curl. I don't want a tight curl, I want something that's a little bit looser. So we're going to kind of go for more of that kind of beachier look, and we're going to give Valencia a side pattern as well. So what we're going to do is going to take our next section, and again, I'm using my Cloud9 crocodile clips because they tend to hold a lot of hair in one section. And we're just going to kind of brush through the section before we go ahead, just to make sure that there's no tangles. We're going to spray the hair lovely. We're just spraying it in some dry heat defense. You can use your Cloud9 magic potion. On this occasion, I'm using a dry version, or dry heat defense. And all I'm doing is I'm actually putting the hair into the bottom of the plate. So for example, if my iron is like this, the hair will enter this part of the plate. If my iron is like this, the hair will enter this part of my plate. And that basically, it makes sure that the hair doesn't slip outside of the plate. So for example, if I put that hair at the top of the plate there and turned it, by the time I get down to here, it's already come out because it slides up here. So what you're doing is you're ensuring that the hair slides up the plate, not slides out of it. And then you're going to pull the iron down and diagonal, but not out. And the reason you're pulling it down is because you want more of a wave instead of a curl. So as you can see, Valencia's hairline is really curly. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure that we're using the revive mode around her hairline. And we're going to smooth out that hair. And we're just going to tap the iron on there and smooth it through, just to make sure that we're not over treating it, but we are getting it nice and smooth. And then, like I said, all we're doing is we're taking each section vertically and we're adding in a really cute wave. So I'm going to get some of this movement out first. And we're going to start off just at the root here, turn the iron away from the face. So again, it's really important that we turn the iron away from the face to make sure that the hair isn't sitting on the face directly. And we're just going to constantly spin that. We've just got some really kind of soft, casual waves there. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to continue to do this right the way throughout the head, and then I'm going to come back when I've completed all of Valencia's hair. We're going to wave it all, make sure it's all kind of nice and wavy, and then we're going to dress it out for you guys, and then we're going to finish off by adding in some really, really fun little accessories. Maybe we'll kind of do like a braid on the side and add in some accessories, but yeah. Back soon. Bye. Done. Ready? So we have finished curling Valencia's hair using the premium iron here, and we use it on revive mode, which, as I said earlier on, means that the plates vibrate and they cause less tension and less damage on the hair whilst using heat, which is amazing. So what we're going to do now is we're going to be using the Cloud9 texture comb, and we're just going to softly kind of brush out these waves that we've put in here with the irons. And then what we're going to do is we are going to, oh, that looks gorgeous. And then what we're going to do is we're going to create a really nice kind of big textured moment, and we might even put a few little accessories in there as well. So amazing. So like I said, I'm trying not to kind of over brush this movement too much because it's got a lot of nice shine. But it's also really important to use quite a nice hold spray. Maybe a spray that isn't too heavy, too kind of full in alcohol, or too kind of like hairspray, if you know what I mean. Yeah, that looks great. Cool. So what we're going to do now is we're going to use some texture spray, and we're going to create some really nice texture here. And what we're going to do is we're going to move Valencia a little bit further back. Amazing. Cool. So let's pull that bit down here. So we just want to make sure that the hairline is nice and clean. So what I mean by clean is that there's no flyaways or anything. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my little comb. I'm going to spray on some hold spray, and I'm just going to kind of comb that down here, just to make sure that we're nice and neat. Okay, and what we're going to do is in each kind of dent, shall we say, in Valencia's wave, I'm going to push my comb in, and then we kind of create a little bit more volume and a little bit more texture. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a clip just here to hold Valencia's hair in place, and then we're going to kind of push into each dent there. Lovely. Just to kind of create that really nice full textured wave. Okay, so we're going to go for some red hair grips, and what we're going to do is we're just going to make a little feature on the side here. So if we turn this way a little bit, that's perfect, amazing. So as you can see there, we just kind of tuck the hair behind. So what we're going to do is we're going to put a few red clips on the side there, just to kind of create a really nice feature out of these really cute red curvy grips. So we're going to go ahead and do that. So I bought these from just a hair shop, a local hair shop. But you know what, they come in handy so much. I absolutely love these, because they definitely are more of a statement accessory. So I'm going to go in, I'm going to use quite a few, just so we can notice that they're there, because otherwise, you know, it just looks a bit lost. So we kind of maybe want to use around 6. So this is probably going to be the last one that we're going to use. And we're just going to put this one above section there. Nice, cool. Yeah, that looks great. What we have there is just a really cool feature, nice and simple. We haven't used anything else other than a coloured curvy grip to make a really nice feature. So now what we're going to do is we're going to exaggerate this here. So what we've done is we've sucked away all of the volume here to exaggerate the waves down here, which are really nice. Now what we're going to do is we're going to exaggerate the height here. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to reuse our Cloud9 Premium Iron. So this is the Premium Iron, and I'm actually going to give that to you to hold for a moment. And I'm just going to take some of Valencia's natural hairline here. I'm going to lift that out. I'm going to spray it with some defense spray. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure that the tension, so tension means how tight or how taut the hair is, how hard you're holding it. And I'm just going to use the iron, and I'm just going to kind of lift that up really nicely, just to smooth out the hairline there. So what we're going to do now is we're going to work with this area here. We're going to use a plastic pintail comb, and we are going to backcomb this area. So we're going to start off from the furthest corner just here. We're going to pull it down, and all we're going to do is we're going to push into there once or twice. And then we're going to get another section, and we're going to do the same thing. But we're doing it on the underneath side, so when the hair flips over, the backcomb isn't instantly on show. Great, and we'll just do maybe one more. Okay, push that in. Okay, so we're then going to kind of push that over the other side. So again, this is if you want to kind of really create a nice feature around the front here. Something that's quite vampy, quite sexy. Okay, we're just going to use some texture spray in there. Lovely. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to come around the other side of Valencia's hair. And we're just going to I'm going to separate the fringe there, so I'm going to leave the fringe separate for a second. And I'm just going to brush through everything else with my little comb. Actually, I'm going to spray that down a little bit. And again, I'm going to push my comb into Valencia's waves. And I'm just going to kind of fan those out a little bit. Really kind of pull out those waves. Really make it nice and textured. So before I move on to the other side, to help set this, I'm going to use one of these setting clips here. So this goes in the back, this goes on the front. I'm just going to pop that in there, just to make sure that it sets with a nice bit of volume. And then we are going to tend to these waves down here. Just make sure that the waves almost sit in with the rest of Valencia's hair. And sometimes what's also a really good idea is if you have a bend there that's a little bit messy, spray it with a spray. So that's it. And then push your can into that area. And the can generally just kind of helps push in all of those little flyaways, and it helps define everything a little bit more. So close your eyes for me. Wonderful. Great. So we just want to make sure that we've dressed that out really nice. So I'm going to continue to dress this out, and I'm going to be back with a finished look. See you in a sec. So we've now finished Valencia's hair, and all we're going to do now is we're just going to take out the setting clip that we just put in the front here. So we just use this little clipper on there just to set the fringe, just so we kind of maintain that really nice, cute volume around the front. So what I'll do is I'll do a quick recap, and then I'll let you adore the final look. So what we've done is we smoothed Valencia's hair out using the Cloud9 medium iron in the premium range, and we used it on revive mode. Now just remember that revive mode helps the plates vibrate, and it reduces the amount of heat damage that any iron would produce. So after that, what we've done is we've brushed out the waves using the Cloud9 texture comb, and then we use a really just nice like quite a small comb or a pintail comb, and we pushed our comb into each dent of the wave there to create a little bit more of a fullness and a little bit more of a texture. And then we finished off then by putting some really cute red clips around the side of Valencia's hair, and we set it with a little bit of hairspray and a clip just to hold that volume there. If you have any questions, please pop them in the comment box below. But apart from that, have a good day, and we'll see you soon. Bye.